This video is going to show some other ideas for your F-bomb. Not everybody wants to put an F on their bomb, but they like the concept. So I've come up with three little different ideas you can put on. You can put anything on them. If you go out and search, you could probably find a crocheted list of the alphabet letters that would fit. Then you can make one in every letter of the alphabet for each member of your family. I have this one here, which I call the happy bomb. Now if you put the smile on upside down, then you got a sad bomb. And then you've got your love bomb, because obviously there's a heart. You could also use it for Valentine's. And then you've got your Christmas bomb, because I put a Christmas tree on it. You can actually put little French knots of different colors and make it look like you have little lights or little bulbs on it. Or you can get in a variegated like this one and make a Christmas bomb with Christmas variegated colors. And this one I've got, it's a red heart camo color, so this is a camo bomb. So you can make any type you want, let your imagination go wild. Now, I don't have it on my website yet or on Ravelry. So to start with, I'm just gonna leave it on the screen here so you can take a screenshot of it or a picture of it, and then you can have it available right away, because it may take a few days for me to get it on my website. Today is the 13th of November of 23. Hopefully I will have it on my website before the week is out, but just in case, I thought this would be a great way for you to get started. And here, of course, is the heart one. They're not really that complicated to do. It's just a bunch of single crochets, and they go fairly quickly. Now, I'm not going to show how to sew them together because it's pretty obvious how to sew them onto the bomb, but I will show you how each of them are crocheted so you can have the individual completed project. And on the back, I have the smiley face. You can use it as a happy face or a sad face. It's the same thing, the same two eyes and the same smile. So it goes fairly quick and easy. I'll leave it up for just a little bit longer, just in case you need it. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with the Christmas tree. Let me put this here so I have a little bit of white area to work off of. Okay, we start with your knot, of course, and you chain 2. And then you do 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. So that's 1, 2, let me get it over here. It's kind of hard to see because it is small yarn and I got fat fingers, but I'll try to keep my fingers out of the way as much as I can. Then you chain 1, turn your work. In the beginning it's small, it's hard to work with. Then you do a single crochet in the first chain, then 2 singles in the next chain. So that'll give you 3 all total. So you have 1 here, and you do 2 in this one. So now you have 3. Let me put something over this so we can keep an eye on where we're at. Okay, now we're on this one here where you single in the next 2 and then do 2 singles in the next. So chain 1, turn, single in the next 2, 1, 2, and then 2 singles in the next one. So that will give you 4. And as you do this, the tree widens slowly into the Christmas tree shape. Okay, the next row says to chain 1, turn, single in the next 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 singles in the last one, 1, 2, okay, and this one now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, single in the next 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 into this one. Chain 1, turn. Now the next one is we're going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 singles in the last one. That gives us 7. Then we chain 1 and turn until we go to 6. And you do 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 7, 8, and then we do this one, chain 1, we do 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 in the last one. That's 1, 2, okay. And then now roll 8, just chain 1, turn, and do 1 single in each across. So you're going to have a total of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now there's the bottom of your tree. You can add another round if you like, because if you feel this isn't tall enough, let me get it over here. You feel it's not tall enough, with the stump on the bottom and the star on top, you can always add another round. I like this. It's just, I think it fits nice. Okay, so next we'll finish this off. Like I said, I like to leave a long tail at the end. Now when I sew it together, I will tuck this tail inside. So that way when you sew up and around, that extra tail is hidden. Okay, so that part is done. Now we're going to do the stump. Let me get this out of the way. The stump is really simple. There's only 3 rows to the stump. Okay, you can start it any way you like. I like to start mine a little different. I like to start with your beginning stitch right there. Leave it a little bit loose. And then you want to attach it in the 4th single crochet from the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to stick it in here. Now you can do it the standard way where you attach the yarn and then do your single, however you like to do it. I just find I like to do it this way. So you're actually doing your single crochet in the beginning. It gives you kind of a nice finished edge. Let me enlarge this and do it one more time just in case, because it is a different way of doing it. And I find when I'm attaching a color to a color, it just gives it a more finished look. So 1, 2, 3, put it in the 4th stitch, yarn over, pull it through. So now you have your 2 stitches on the hook, yarn over and pull it through. And there's your first single crochet, and there's your tail. Okay, and you want to do 3 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then it says chain 1, single crochet in the next 2, which, well, we did, chain 1, turn. So now we're going to single in each of the 3 stitches across, chain 1, and then repeat. So chain 1, do 3 single crochets. I'll go ahead and speed this up because you know how to do the single crochets. We've done several of them. Now you can stop at that point, but I don't think this stump is long enough. I like to give it one more round. I think it gives it a nicer look if I just add one more set of singles. And again, I leave a tail because I need to sew this together. Doesn't matter how much it is because you can just throw away what's left over. And you finish it off. And there's your Christmas tree. Now if you added another round under the tree, it'd be longer like this. Mine is just 1 row less. I just found I don't like the star this high up next to the cap, so I just reduced it by 1. Okay, so this is ready to be sewn on. So now we'll go ahead and do the star. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, the star is super simple. You're going to do a magic loop with 4 stitches and then join it together. I don't have any gold, so in this case I'm just going to use a bright yellow. So a magic loop is really easy. You just fold it over your finger, just like you're going to do a regular starting chain like this, which you start it that way. But however, after you put it through, you want to do a single crochet. And always put a little bit tight. So that's the first single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you want to make sure that first one is kind of loose because you got to slip stitch into that first one. So now you want to pull this tight. I'm sorry you can't see it, but you got the idea, pulling it tight. Then you want to slip stitch into the top of that first stitch. See, I didn't make it quite loose enough. I'm going to have to kind of jab it in. I'm just going to do it again. It'll be a lot easier than fighting with it. Okay, let's try again. Pull the first one tight, and then bring this one up a little bit so it's nice and loose. And then you do 3 more. 1, 2, 3 more, so now you have 4. 1, 2, 3, and the one on the hook makes 4. Then you pull this tight. That closes your ring. Then you go over and grab that first one. Normally you don't do just 4, but you don't really need this much bigger than 4. You can do 5 if you feel you need 5. And you do a slip stitch to join. So you pull it through the first stitch and pull it through your last stitch. Yarn over. Trim your tail, and there's your star. Just a little round circle to sit on top of your tree. Oh, there you go, on top of your tree. Okay, so that's the first one done. Now the second one is the heart. The heart is similar but just a little bit different at the same time. So let's get our red. We start with a chain 2 and then 2 singles in the second chain from hook, just like we did before. And you pull it tight. Okay. Chain 2, 1, 2. I need to stay in the screen, and then do 2 singles. Okay, now the next one says chain 1, turn, and then you want to do 2 singles in the next 2 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. So chain 1, 2 singles in the next 2 single crochets. So it's 1, 2 in that one, and then we're going to do 2 in the second one. 1, 2, so that makes 4. Chain 1, turn. Okay, so the next one is what? Right there. Get that out of the way. Maybe we'll just use this instead. Might be easier. Okay, right there. All right, so we want to chain 2 in the first one. Then it says single crochet in the next 2 single crochets, so that's 1, 2, and then 2 singles in the next single crochet, so you do 2 in this one. So that will give you a total of 6 across. Then you want to chain 1 and turn, do 2 singles in the first one, single in the next 4, two singles in the next one, so that gives you 8. Chain 1 and turn. Now 4, 5, and 6 are even, so you just want to do 8 stitches across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's row 4. Now chain 1 and turn. We're going to do the same for number 5. 8 stitches across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do this one more time. So chain 1 and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're going to start the first hump. Okay, you do chain 1, turn, 2 singles in the next single crochet, just like we've been doing. Single in the next 3. 1, 2, 3. So that gives us 4. Chain 1. So now we're going to do a single decrease over the next 2. So that's insert the hook in the first one, pull it up. Insert the hook in the second one, pull it up. Whoops. Yarn over and go through all 3. That is a decrease. And then single crochet in the next single crochet. And then you do a single crochet decrease in the over the last 2. So you do 1 in here, 1 in here, pull it through, and that kind of makes it slightly rounded. That's the reason why you do the double decrease. Then you chain 1 and turn. And now the next one is you do a single crochet decrease over 3 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, pull it through. See how it's nice and round? And then you do a slip stitch in the last stitch right over here. Oh, in the same stitch as your decrease. You do a slip stitch. That gives you a nice finish. And then of course you trim your end. And there's one hump done. Okay, so now we're going to do the second hump. Pretty much the same. And this, you want to attach your yarn to the opposite side and the first stitch, which is right there. I'm going to bring this down a bit. I just think it's too high. Okay, I'm going to do my favorite way to attach. Okay. Now this time I'm going to put a long tail because this will be the side that I sew the heart together with. Okay, now I attach it in the first one right there and do a single crochet, and then single crochet in the next 2. 1, 2, single in the same crochet as the first one. Actually, I evidently got 1 extra because I don't, but that's okay. That works too. There. And then you chain 1, turn your work. Okay, and then you go here. You want to do a decrease over 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to slip stitch in the last stitch. And that makes it round. Looks like I'm short 1 row. Let me go back and do, I think I might have done something a little wrong here. So I got to do a, oh yeah, a double decrease here. And a double decrease here. See if that gives me what I'm looking for. Oh, that's much better. Chain 1, turn my work. See, I'm short 1, so I really needed to make a correction here. I didn't realize it. Actually, this should be 3, not 2. Change this to a 3. My mistake. Okay, that. And then single crochet where the last hump was. Now it should line up right. Chain 1, turn, single crochet over the next 2, single in the next stitch, single over the next 2. So it's 1, 2, 1 in this stitch, because we're repeating what we did with hump number 1. 1, 2, there. Now that gives us 3. So now when we chain 1, turn our work and do the 3 over this one. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet, slip stitch in the bottom. Now, okay, I got my long tail there, so I want to trim this one and pull it through. Okay, so now the heart's done. Just have to make that one little correction, change this 2 to a 3. Otherwise, it's working perfectly, and then, of course, you would sew it on. Now we'll go to the last one. The last one is, like I said, super quick and easy. Won't take that long. We'll get our white. You can do any color. If you have a white bomb, you can do it in black. If you have a yellow bomb, you can do it in black or red. Whatever you decide to do. I think I need to get the white coloring out of the way. I'll just bring it down to show you. Okay, to start with, we're going to do the magic loop, single crochet 5 in the magic loop, and then slip stitch to close. Chain 1, and then finish off. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do our magic loop. I don't really think we need that chain 1. Pull it tight, but you want to leave it loose. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pull it tight. Slip stitch in the first chain, just like we did before. And you got to chain 1 and then give yourself a tail and pull it tight. Okay, one eye done. Okay, let's do another one. Hopefully, if I didn't get it all on the screen for the first one, you'll be able to see it with the second one. Okay, do the first tight and make this next one kind of loose. And then that's number 1. There's number 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it tight, or pull so it's closed. Insert your hook in the first chain. So it's hard to maneuver when there's such tiny pieces. And slip stitch, and then chain 1. Give yourself a nice size tail, because you got to be able to sew it on with something. Okay, so now your second eye's done. So now you have 2 eyes. Okay, now we're going to do the smiley face, the smile. Okay, you chain 21, single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Single decrease over the next 2, single in the next 2, repeat to the last 3 stitches. Okay, so I will do it, but I just like to keep the white out of the way because it can really make it difficult to see. Okay, so we've got a chain 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, we do a single crochet in the second chain from hook. Now we do 2 single crochets together. So we go in the first one, pull it up, go in the second one, pull it up so you have the 3, yarn over and go through all 3. Now we do 2 singles, 1 in the next chain, 1 in the next chain. Now we do another decrease, yarn over, pull through the first one, go in, yarn over, pull through the second one, yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we do 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to do another decrease, pull up the first one, pull up the second one, pull through, and then single crochet in the next 2. To just keep repeating this all the way across. The ones where we do the decrease, it's what makes the smile curve. Otherwise it'd be fairly straight, and that helps with this gentle curve we're trying to do. 1, 2. Now there should only be 3 left after I get this done. Let's see if I counted it right. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So decrease in the next 2, single crochet in the last one, and make yourself a long tail because you have to be able to sew it together with something. Okay, so now all the parts and pieces are ready. So let me this would be a good demonstrator. Okay, first we'll start with the Christmas tree. Now what I did on the pattern, I didn't mention it, but when you're doing the star and you're going to sew it on, after you do your star, finish it off, leave your tail, sew the star into the ball after completing round 20 before stuffing. It's a lot easier because that means the whole inside is open, so you can actually get this on top and have all the string, have this on top and have all your strings inside. Otherwise you're going to have to find a way to weave them through and make sure you don't have any tails showing. But there's where your star would go. And of course you would set your tree right under your star, and there you'd have your Christmas tree. When you do the heart, same thing. You set the heart where you want it. I found it's easier if you put a straight pin in it. Nice long straight pin. It helps hold it in place. Then you can tuck your tails in and take your long one and stitch around it, and then you'll have your heart. Now when you get ready to do your smiley face or your sad face, you can, I didn't think about putting the eyes in the beginning because I never know exactly where my eyes are going to wind up. So where's my other eye? I lost my eye. I lost my other eye. Oh well, pretend I have 2 eyes. And you can either hook your smiley face on this way, or you can make a sad face and hook it that way and pretend you got another eye right there. But that's how these 3 are made. You can make any type you want, any way you want. There's no rhyme or reason. When the time comes, you'll be able to find the pattern on my website, stitchniche.com, and hopefully ravelry.com also it will be. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, share with friends. Oh, we'll just put this here. There you go. There, that's his other eye. And then you can either do a sad face or happy face. Thank you for watching, and hope you share it with your friends.